don't know if you ever seen it, The Cinderella Man. It has Russell Crowe in it, and he played this boxer during the Great Depression who he all he had was fighting, and him and his family were just struggling nonstop. And his kids got sick because they couldn't even afford to for he to be able to actually bring in food and everything. And then you watch the trials that he goes through as a boxer, to where if he loses, it's all over. And no matter how many shots he took, no matter how rocked he was, or the adversity that he faced, the fact that his heart and his soul was so strong and so powerful, he just kept pushing through it. No matter even the fact that his hand was hurting, or no matter the fact that he just didn't want to do it, and the fact that he still goes into it. That's why I love this sport. It's the story of every fighter is absolutely phenomenal. The trials that they go through, the trials you go through, and the fact that you're gonna overcome that adversity and you're gonna show up. It's so admirable.
But I'd say like is not. I don't believe like is like a great fighter, like, you know what I mean, and like has like a easy story. You know what I mean? All the
Hmm.
fighters, I mean, like their stories like are pretty like crazy because your life, you know what I mean, the life as a fighter, you know what I mean, is going to like drive you through those paths, you know what I mean, like the hard paths, you know what I mean. It's not easy life, you know, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like no matter like who you are, if you like if you're like how to say like decide to go to the top, you gotta face all those tough guys, you know what I mean? And they're not going to give you like, you know what I mean, an easy pass. So
Hmm.
they're going to like make you know what I mean, like their stories, you know what I mean? They're going to make you like to have those crazy stories, those like, you know, like those crazy moments, you know, like when like he's gonna be like a legend, you know what I mean, he's gonna come up from it, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that's where I'm looking, you know what I mean? Like I have started this life because I know it's not easy, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's the reason like I have started this life because I want like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want like easy like or like nice stories, you know what I mean? I want those
Hmm.
crazy stories, you know what I mean? Like when I
Yeah.
want to talk about my life, I want to tell like about like stuff like I faced Derek Frida, you know what I mean? Like I was like down there, the first round was fucking hell. Then like come up, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people like right now they came and talked to me about like this fight, you know what I mean? I want to like you know what I mean? Like in my future, I want to have fights like that, you know what I mean? That's how I want to like make my how to say my stories, my life, you know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
want like to be like all the time like, oh, like he was like a fighter, you know what I mean? Like and he win all the easy fights. You know what I mean? I want
Yeah.
those stories like story with Derek Frida. You know what I mean? That was gonna be like, you know what I mean, like in forever is gonna be like in my life. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I want stuff like that. Those stories are awesome. You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. I love a good story. Like I write myself, not as much, but it's just the story. When you come across somebody whose story is just so intense and so phenomenal that you get goosebumps hearing their stories and everything, that's how you know legends are made. That's how you know the fire that you bring is just on a whole nother level. Because some people, they just don't have that fire, and it's no bash against them either. But it's just some people don't have that fire,
Yeah.
and when you got it like you do, and then you just let that motherfucker turn into a supernova. Yeah, that's phenomenal. That's absolutely
100%.
incredible, man.
100%, man. Like yeah, like I live for those stories. You know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Like I say, like it's not money. Like you know what I mean? It's not like you know what I mean to be like just like to have like all those like fancy life. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
want this thing. You know what I mean? Like this is like you can't pay. Like you know what I mean? That moment, like that fight with Derek Freda, like you can't pay with money. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's like a moment, you know what I mean? That's like a like how to say like a story like I want to like share like my whole life, you know what I mean? Because it was
Yeah.
like it was interesting, you know what I mean? Like the whole like I have a crazy good fight. Like the whole my camp, you know what I mean? It was
Mhm.
like a good camp. Perfect. Like I trained like so much. Like I was trained like 5, 6 hours a day. Like the whole camp went so smooth until my last week. My last week of sparring, I hurt my leg, and like for 3 days I couldn't walk. It was such a, like, you know what I mean, like, how to say, like a breakdown. Like
Mhm.
I almost lost my feeling. You know what I mean? Like I was like, damn it, like, you know what I mean? Like I worked so hard, like put my whole energy in this. Like now, like to this, I'm here. Like it was like pretty, like, you know what I mean, heartbroken. Like, you know, like, and I was pushing myself. I was pushing myself. Like I had like moment like when like I was mastering my leg, like, and I couldn't. I had to bite my finger, you know what I mean, just to let go like deep, like, you know what I mean, like kind of
Mhm.
like break that those tissues. And you know, like I'm not going to forget that one. Like, you know what I mean? It was nobody like here to see me struggling with that part. It was just me. But you know,
Mhm.
like that one like didn't let me down, like, you know what I mean, to in the fight, you know what I mean? Because I was going through that part before the fight. I went the fight before, like a week before, because I was struggling with my leg. And to go like through that, you know what I mean? Like I was, when I make it there, I was like, I win this fight. I'm here now. I have won this fight already. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it, martial artists normally are different, like different people, man. Like us like as fighter, like normally we're different people. Like just like to go through all that, you know, like just to make it to the fight. You know what I mean? And you
Yeah.
don't know what's about to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're never going to know. Like, you know, you facing another man. Like if it's not better than you, it's just like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like you. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be tough just like you. He's gonna be trained just like you. He's gonna be dangerous just like you. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to fight like if you're good, if you sell yourself like you're good, you're not going to fight like a bum. You know what I mean? You're gonna fight somebody
Mhm.
like, you know, your level, you know, pretty much, like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like right there. So it was like, you know, like I say, like a crazy story, you know what I mean? Just to remember for the whole month. It's not just like a lot of people they just saw that night, you know what I mean? But like
Mhm.
myself, I was through, like, you know what I mean, like since like the day, like I had the news like I'm going to fight Derek Fraser. You know what I mean? Like I have, since that moment, I was like how to say, like writing my stories. You know what I mean? Every
Mhm.
day, like writing my story, like until the moment like I faced Derek Fraser, and like and I went through him. You know what I mean? So it was like something like pretty much like, you know, like it's gonna be like in my legacy. Yeah, like to make me, like, you know what I mean, like even bigger, like for this thing, you know.
Yeah. And too, that's like something that like people that's still fresh to the sport, when they hear about everything that a fighter goes through, and it's like stuff you really wouldn't think about that a fighter has to go through just in preparation, just to get there and to step into the ring, and the trials they have to go through beforehand, and then just the potential risks that come up. Like you saying that you had a phenomenal camp, and then that last week you injured your leg, and it's nobody's there to witness that battle with yourself to like, damn it, how can I get through this? How can I still make it through? And how can I still get this win? Nobody's there to ever see it. And but when you finally get the opportunity to show it and lead by example, and when people hear the story, when they see the success that you bring and the fact that you never gave up, it's just absolutely so inspiring and it's incredible.
Man, like you know what I mean, like a lot of people, they get inspired, you know what I mean, like from, how's it, like